I think we all have seen it, right? I know I've seen it. Jalen Brunson goes into the paint, gets hit a number of times. No call. Hit again. Goes up for a layup. No call. Shoved. No call. Takes a legit charge. No call. The NBA is a little bit more physical this year. I understand that. But does physicality mean consistency? Because if you're going to play it physical more, that's fine, as long as you call it consistent. I don't believe that's been happening a lot throughout the league. Not only for the Knicks, just throughout the league, I felt like it's gotten worse. But Tom Thibodeau, the Knicks head coach, he didn't hold back. He believes it's against the Knicks. He believes something is going on. He's called out the refs, but even more than that, he's telling them to do their job. Tom Thibodeau went off. He called out the refs for the lack of calls that Jalen Brunson and really the entire Knicks team is having. And he has an argument. He really does have a gripe. If you've been watching every game like I have, the way the Knicks are going inside, Karl Anthony Towns sometimes gets hit on the head, over the eyebrow, on the arm. No call. Jalen Brunson pushed. No call. OG Anunoby shoved to the ground. No call. Mikal Bridges tripped up. No call. But then when the Knicks do it on the other end, foul, call, they go to the line. It's not consistent. And then when it's not consistent, the Knicks get frustrated and they do silly fouls on the other end so the refs can see it and say, hey, listen, you didn't call it over there, so why are you calling it over here? When you're frustrated and you see other people basically getting away with other things that you wouldn't get away with, you act out. And sometimes we see the Knicks act out. We never want to see that. There's no reason or excuse for it. And while I've called that out, and I've said, you have to stop arguing. If you don't get the call, you don't get the call. Move on. Don't argue in the back court for 5 to 7 seconds and have it be 4-on-5 in the front court. Don't do that, because that's going to hurt New York. But if it's a timeout, talk to the referee. I have no problem with you doing that, because a lot of the times, as I'm watching, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Let's see exactly what Tom Thibodeau recently had to say about the referees, the officiating, and what the league is doing or really allowing. All right, I'm back, guys. So as you see here, shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us the following information. According to Tom Thibodeau on the referees, I send clips in. I do it all. I just want consistency. I don't know what the discrepancy in the free throws was. Nets 25, Knicks 14, but it was big. I'm watching Cat. I'm watching Jalen. There's contact. A foul's a foul. Guys get fouls. You gotta call it. It's your job. It's your job. It's your job. Call it. Call the foul. Jalen is getting knocked to the floor. Call the foul. He's getting shoved off the screen. Call the foul. Do your job. Because as Tom Thibodeau stated, whether it's Jalen Brunson, whether it's Karl Anthony Towns, OG, Mikal, it doesn't matter. They're going to go into the paint. They're going to get hit. And nobody's going to call a thing. And either they make it or they don't. Still not going to matter. Nobody's going to call a thing. And the Knicks are not really big sellers. They don't want to take contact and fake it and pretend they took contact and really have an acting job going out there. Because that's the only way you're going to call anything for the Knicks to go to the line. Nobody wants to see the game devolve to that. Nobody wants to see the game go to that level. But you're going to make that happen if you don't start calling it consistently and you don't start making the right decisions. The referees have to do better, but you know what? The Knicks have to do better as well too. Play Karl Anthony Towns less, especially if you know he's in pain, and play your bench more. Develop your bench more. Develop that second unit that we're going to need in the postseason. Right now gives you a very good opportunity to do that. Hopefully the Knicks can start blowing out some teams so Tom Thibodeau is more forced to do that. But even in those situations, is he going to play The same amount of minutes for the starters? Is he going to play them a little bit less? Nobody knows yet because we haven't seen this version of Tom Thibodeau, who is comfortable going to his bench, playing a 9-man rotation. 9-man rotation, because really, sometimes it's 7 with 2 other players that play less than 10, and that's not ideal. But again, pebbles, small steps, that's what Tom Thibodeau is. If he does play 9-man and he continues to be the coach that we've seen, make adjustments, make the right changes at times, then when we get players back, it will be beneficial for New York. It's going to help us. But Tom Thibodeau himself is going to have to make changes as well. He's asking for changes from the referees. I want to see that. But I want to see Tom Thibodeau also make some more changes. Don't give Landry Shamet and Cam Payne 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes. If you're playing somebody off the bench, play him 15 minutes. Play any one of them 15 minutes or more. If Achua is going to play 15 plus, I'm happy. If Cam's going to do that, I'm happy. If Deuce is going to do that, I'm happy. If Shamet's going to do that, I'm happy. Whoever you put out there off the bench, play them more than 10 to 12 minutes. It's going to help New York if you're able to do that. And then it's going to rest your starters so that way they take on less risk of injury. And when you need them late in game, they're there, they have fresh legs, and it's going to help you more than it's going to hurt you. I'm not sure why the Knicks won't do it. I'm not sure why Tom Thibodeau refuses to develop any of the rookies right now, especially when he has a reason to, even though they're situational. That should be the case. I'm not sure what's going on with New York in this situation, guys. I really don't. I look at it, I think about it. I see Huck Porty, I see Tyler Kolek, I see TJ Warren, I see Chuma. I know that they deserve minutes. I know that they should be playing in this league, and they should be playing consistently. They should be playing for the Knicks, but it doesn't happen. And even if they're on the squad, they may not get any minutes because Tom Thibodeau might not see the talent in them enough to play them those minutes. And that's a scary thought, not being able to see the talent that you have and the way to utilize it. Tom Thibodeau, expand your rotation and utilize who you have. If you did that months ago, we wouldn't be talking about trades right now. If you did that months ago, we wouldn't be talking about a burnt out roster right now. But unfortunately, those things didn't happen. And now, these are the results. A change is needed. And you are the biggest factor to all of that change. If you make a move, it affects everything. If you enjoyed these clips from the live show, be sure to subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new episodes or when we go live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.